Ladies and gentlemen, look like the Republicans took a huge hit in school board races this month. So, why GOP culture warriors lost big in school board races this month? Let's see why the GOP did so bad in school board races around the country. Amid all the attention this month, elections in Wisconsin and Illinois, one outcome with the major implications for 2024, flew under the national radar. School board candidates who ran culture war campaigns flamed out. Democrats and teacher unions boasted candidates they backed in the Midwest suburbs trounce their opponents in once sleepy races. The winning record, they said, was particularly notable in elections where conservative candidates emphasized agendas packed with race, gender identity, and parental involvement in classrooms. While there's no official overall tally of school board results in states that held an array of elections on April 4th, two conservative national education groups did not dispute that their candidates posted a losing record. Liberals are now making the case that they're winning bids for school board seats in Illinois and Wisconsin. And according to what this is saying, they beat those Republicans real big. Mm-mm-mm. Maybe it's the way you're coming off. That might have a lot to do with it. Maybe. The results could also serve as a renewed warning to Republican presidential hopefuls like Donald Trump and Ron DeSantis. General election voters are less interested in crusades against critical race theory and transgender students, that they are funding schools and ensuring they are safe. Where culture war issues were being waged by some school board candidates, those issues fell flat with voters. So the voters are not concerned about all this screaming and hollering that they're doing about CRT. This is very telling. So, the takeaway for us is that parents and community members and voters want candidates who are focused on strengthening our public schools, not abandoning them. The results in Milwaukee and Chicago areas are hardly the last word on the matter. Thousands more local school elections are set for later this year, some in some 2 dozen states. So I guess they're letting you know, Republicans, you're getting off to a bad start. And people don't like all of this talk of CRT being, they're almost putting that up as like their showpiece in their candidacy and why they're running to do something about CRT. And that mess is not resonating with everyone. Mm-mm-mm. Labor groups and Democratic operatives are nevertheless flexing over the defeat of candidates they opposed during the races that took place in Chicago, which receives hundreds of thousands of dollars in support from state Democrats and Democratic Governor J.B. Pritzker. And in Wisconsin, conservative board hopefuls saw mixed results in Missouri and Oklahoma. Democrat hopefuls in the spring school election season validates their playbook. So I don't know. Look like Republicans are going to have to regroup with a different approach because running on CRT is causing a bunch of losses among the school board races in this country. So we'll see what the outcome is by the end of the year, if this CRT trip that you're on is really a fight, or is it something you're asking to lose on? Because, and some Republicans are upset over the recent victories that the Democrats made on school board issues, and they are looking for challengers to run for school board seats for the end of the year. Mm-mm-mm. Okay, y'all. So they ran these campaigns on CRT and they lost big. Critical race theory was an obscure academic legal framework used to examine racism in American institutions, but it has been reframed by conservative activists to encompass broad complaints about issues related to diversity. Yeah, Ron DeSantis getting rid of all the diversity programs. And I guess, it may sound good when y'all sit among each other, but overall, it doesn't sound good to the overall public, apparently. So, was I surprised by the sheer prevalence of these Republican candidates? And people are saying they're not surprised that many of them fell flat in their campaign for school board positions. So, mm, so I guess they were going to run on CRT, get on these school boards, and completely obliterate all of Black history while they were sitting in these positions, but don't look like they got the opportunity to get the positions they wanted. Ladies and gentlemen, this really means a lot. It really does. Overall, in them trying to get rid of the history, is just showing you there are probably more people out in public that don't agree with them. In order for them to lose the way that they did, that's exactly what it's saying. Mm-mm-mm. So, obviously, this is not a new phenomenon, Harden said in an interview, but to see it so widespread here in Illinois and across states and regions was what was the most interesting to me. So I guess they didn't know what kind of outcome they were going to get, and now they see. Now let's see if it's going to be the same in other states. Now I can imagine in red states it might be a little different, but it looked like it's not being embraced everywhere, what these folks are trying to do. I mean, getting people fired and complaining about what's being taught. I think people probably had enough and they don't want that kind of stuff at all. So I guess until they can run on something other than critical race theory, don't look like that's a winning um, it just don't look like it's good to run your campaign on CRT and that's it. And there's so many other issues within the education system to focus on. But y'all, please tell me what you think. They said the teacher unions in the states where the Republicans lost are celebrating. They are celebrating because now all the stuff on CRT, they can turn all of that now around because they are not the majority. But we shall see. Please leave your comment and subscribe. Don't forget to hit on the notification bell, and I'll see you on the next video. Peace, family.